You're watching Cheery TV.
Howdy everybody, and welcome back to Strand Deep in Conversation, where we talk about things that I want to talk about, and we talk about things in such a way, in such an amount of time, that we have somehow managed to hit 100 episodes of this fun old thing. It's crazy. And what there's actually something a little bit crazier, and I don't know if anyone's ready for this, because I wasn't ready for it when I checked. And as far as I'm concerned, I'll go to check now. There's already 100 episodes in there. It's apparently at some point I doubled up on a number, so this is really episode 101. But to remain. I'm gonna, just to keep the sort of theme going, I'm gonna label this one 100, but then to fix it, we're just gonna skip 101. We're just gonna skip 101 right away, or we can skip 100 and just go straight to 101. Either way, I'll figure that out when I upload this. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the final episode of this bit of the series, of the sub-series of the series. Series isn't over, by the way, to make that clear. Just it's a short. The past few weeks, I've been doing something special, and today we finish off that Penta series, and quite like how Ice Age ended on probably a letdown, this one might be too. So hey, tune in and find out, because today we are going over the best touch, ladies and gentlemen. The things that I like putting on my hands, on my whatever I need to do to touch it. I don't know where else you touch things. Your face, your body, just skin in general. Because skin is the biggest organ, and skin feels things. Skin feels things like nothing else could possibly feel things. You think you have emotions? Well, try feeling something with your foot. That is a challenge sometimes. It's weird, because sometimes, like, if you touch something normally, and it's like, it's fine. But you touch something with, like, a different part of your body, and it's like, ew, what the fuck is going on here? But that's not what we're talking about today. We're not here to talk about the gross things. We're here to talk about the awesome things, the best things in the universe to touch. And with that, I want to put a heavy asterisk, because with this one, the best touch, it's a lot harder to sort of remember these things, because touch isn't really something that at least I keep in my memory banks until I touch that thing again. Because it took me a minute to think of stuff for this list, because I'm like, there's not like one touch that I can think of that I was like, oh my god, I want to feel this every day. I need to be feeling it in order for me to be like, oh my god, I could pet this thing for like 5 minutes, and then I'll put it down, and I'll be like, I could pet it for another 5 minutes. That sounds good. That sounds like a plan to me. Like there's nothing like that. With touch, with food, there's always something you want to eat. There's always something you want to see. There's always something you want to hear, but not something you want to smell. Sometimes smell too. But touch, I feel, is like the weird cousin of the five senses, who just kind of got hitched along for the ride and didn't actually expect to get anywhere. But there they are, and now they're just as important somehow. It's like the freaking Blue Power Ranger, Who actually liked that guy? But either way, we're here with 5 honorable mentions in our top 10 nonetheless. And these are sort of much more niche options compared to some of the other things that I've listed on the other ones. And that's simply just because I feel like touch is very subjective. And also, I could only really think of very basic, but also very specific to me feelings. So if you touch these things, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. That's the thing. I don't think you can experience touch in different ways. And if you can, interesting. Cool. But I imagine all these things, everyone feels the same way. Like if you touch something, it's like with people with colors. You look, is your green the same as my green? Is your like wood grain the same feel as my wood grain? I don't know. Who could say? But let's go through the honorable mentions, shall we? We've stalled for too long. So let's start off with the first honorable mention, which is an interesting choice because it's not really a. I don't know how to describe it, so I'll just say it. It's brushing my teeth. That's what I put. I put brushing my teeth because I think, it's just a satisfying experience. Not really necessarily a pleasant experience, but it's a satisfying experience. I know I'm taking care of myself, which is just nice. As always, take care of your teeth, everybody. I feel like that's just kind of a staple. Don't staple your mouth, but like just take care of it. That's all I really gotta do. And just when I'm brushing my teeth, I feel that, and I feel like my gums getting all sutured, and it's like, oh man, this is a good old time. Nurtured, not sutured. Again, don't do oral surgery on yourself, kids. There shouldn't be any kids watching this though. So if you guys are, fucking do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. Nah, I'm just joking around. Let's go to the next one, shall we? So another honorable mention, and this is an interesting one for me. Those baby sensory books, like the ones, and this is kind of like a cop out. But those, those ones with like you flip a page and oh look, this one feels like hair, and you flip the next page. Oh, this one feels like jean jacket. Oh, this one feels like alligator hide. It's just one of those stupid books, and I wanted to put it on the top 10 list because usually those textures are really pleasant and just nice to feel because they're made to feel good for babies. But there's always one or sometimes even two in the book that just are not on par with the rest and honestly ruin the experience. I can't really exactly name what it is because I can't think of it. But when it happens, when it happens because you go through the book and you're like, oh, it's nice, oh, it's nice. Okay, well, that's nice. But I mean, fuck, man, jeez. Sorry, that was my time for today. I hope you all have a good rest of your. No, I'm kidding. Of course I'm fucking kidding. You see the time on this. It's not like we're doing this live. Maybe someday. Next up is high quality cards / board game pieces. I'm a very big fan of board games. I love board games. Board games are awesome, and one of the biggest things about it is the tactile experience of it. I love holding the pieces. I love moving them around. I like doing stuff with things, with physical things. I enjoy that. I'm like a caveman. And one of the main things I like about it is that a lot of the games I have aren't just like shitty pieces of crap. They're really just nice. Like the cards are like nice card stock, so you can kind of like shuffle them around. You hear like the nice. You can kind of feel, and you can definitely hear, but you can definitely feel a high quality card or like a card in a sleeve. That feels great. Just the board game pieces, like even if it's cardboard, if it's nice cardboard, it's nice cardboard because you could feel it, and that feels good to be moving around. It feels good to be shuffling those fucking room tiles. For Betrayal at House on the Hill. If it feels good to it just feels good. Board games just feel good. That's what I say. And this one, it's a separate list on the honorable mention, but I feel like it probably shouldn't be. Weighted poker chips, because I think poker chips feel nice. I like the clack of the sounds, but I like just the feel. I like the heft of a weighted poker chip. It's not like heavy, but it's like enough heft that it's like, oh man. It feels like it means something, and it does. It means you're fucking gambling probably all your life savings away, and good for you. Do what you want with your money. Don't let anyone stop you. Who's gonna? At the end of the day, if you have a weighted poker chip. And the last thing that I have in the honorable mentions list, because I don't really understand. It felt inclined to put it on the list, but I didn't know where to put it, so I just put it in the honorable mentions. It's holding an instrument, because I feel like holding. Like, even if you're not even playing the instrument, I just like holding an instrument. If I take my nose recorder and hold it like as I'm about to play it, but I'm not really gonna play it, I just feel good. It's nothing about the actual feel of it. It's just sort of how it makes me feel. But as I mentioned before, emotions ain't got nothing on what these hands can do. So those are my honorable mentions for the best touch. And how's about we get into the top 10? Again, this is probably going to be a shorter episode. I'm probably going to want this one to be shorter because I'm incredibly tired and I have a lot of stuff to do before I get going. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm on vacation this week, and it's gonna be really nice. From the 5th to the 8th, I am gonzo. I'll have one thing up on the 5th, but then I'm taking the next 3 days on that off. Probably Tuesday as well, just to unwind. I haven't made the schedule for that week yet. Probably should. 'Cause I won't be able to anywhere else. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Either way, I hope you will agree with some of these things on a top 10 list, because honestly, I can't see very many things. I can't feel very many things are going to feel better than this. This is already like such a strong one to start with, but I'm gonna start with it because it's the first one on the list, and I want to get through it. Prickly, freshly buzzed hair. For those of you who've never gotten like a buzz cut before, you're missing out on one of the greatest tactile experiences the world has ever seen, and that's when you finally, you exit the barber, you're finally done. You've had your hands tucked under that stupid fucking curtain that they put you under so you don't get hair in your clothes. But then hair winds up in your clothes anyway, because that's just how clothes works. And you get up and you're like, alright, that was at like $15, cool, thanks. And then you leave the barber, and you grab your hand and you go whoosh, and you rub it right on over your entire fucking head, because you got a full buzz cut because you thought you were cool, but you weren't. You were stupid looking and dumb. But damn, did that feel good to touch. Like, honestly, if there was one thing I consistently got my hair cut for, it was for that feeling, because there's not a lot that could beat that feeling. Because it's just so freaking, it's just a nice feeling. I don't know, it's a nice touch. It's like prickly, but not like cactus, ouchy prickly. It's like, oh yeah, it's like I'm scratching myself while scratching my head. It's like my head is scratching back, and that just makes me feel good. I like that. And even if it's just like the side, as long as it's just a buzzed hair, I imagine like if you like buzzed your like body hair, it might give the same effect. I don't know. Probably not. It's not as thick. But who knows? Maybe you have like a head of hair growing somewhere on your body. I don't really know. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, it's a really nice feeling. Next up is mouthfeel again, similar to brushing your teeth, but this is a more edible experience. It is crunch in a sandwich. I mentioned it at least once, probably during taste, if not during sound. And crunch in a sandwich, as long as you're expecting it, let me make that clear. As long as you're expecting it, I am on board with most textures as long as I'm expecting it. But it's very rare to be expecting it nowadays, because I just don't know. But either way, crunch in a sandwich is just so damn good. Like, I add chips to my sandwiches to make crunch, because I don't have access to lettuce most of the time, and I don't really want lettuce on my sandwich, if I'm being honest, because I'm gross. and that is gross to me. Lettuce is okay as long as it's hidden in a sandwich. But why hide it just to get some crunch? You get that crunch and flavor. But either way, whatever it is that makes your sandwich crunchy, I don't care if it's the bread, I don't care if it's the things you put in it, just getting that satisfying crunch just makes the feel of eating the sandwich a much better experience overall. But with that said, I like chewy food just as much, if not more, but there's nothing really exciting about the feel of that. You're kind of just eating food. When you're crunching on something, you're having fun when you eat, and I like that. Next up in the top 10 is pool table felt. Just kind of that sort of velvet in general, I'm a big fan of. I imagine there's some instances where you don't want velvet to be like the thing it's made out of. Like, I don't think velvet gloves would be nice. Even though I like the feel of velvet, I wouldn't want to be feeling it all the time, I feel like pool table felt, it's the right amount of like, oh, I'm not gonna, like, it's been like probably close to a year since I've last touched a pool table. Oh, this feels good. Alright, see you next year, Dave and Buster's pool table. it's just nice. It just feels nice, and you know, it's a nice little surface for all the balls to move on. It's really, they really engineered that sport to a T, you know. But just it feels nice. Just that felt feels nice, and it's good. You know, and it's, yeah, and that's really not, that's again a lot of this is just gonna be me saying, yeah, it feels good because there's really nothing else to say. It just feels good. You know, have you ever freaking grabbed a pool table? Probably. Hopefully, if you have. If you haven't, you don't even need to play the game. Honestly, pool's great and all, but you don't even need to play it. You can just fucking grab it and have a good time with that. I'm sure you'll have just as good at time. Sorry, y'all. It is 4 in the morning. I am... I'm tired. If I'm being honest, I just yawn all the time. Next up on the top 10 list is petting my cats. Because, listen, I know your cat feels different than my cat. Like, if I know that my feel is your feel, like we feel the same things, we're not feeling the same things. We feel the same, but we don't feel the same things because my cats feel different than your cats because my cats all feel different. One of my cats is fuzzy. Poop is fuzzy. Stinky is silky. And then Soup is just kind of, you know, like that average Joe cat texture, I imagine. He doesn't feel weird. He just feels soft and nice and cute. So I love him. And they all, and it's nice because it's like I won't know what cat I'm looking at from the back until I pet them. And I'm like, oh, it's this one. It's great. What a great day. And it's like a little lottery, you know. It's nice. It feels good. And they always feel nice. They feel very cute. Especially Stinky. I gotta say, if there's anything that I can say that's good about him, it's good to pet him. It's very satisfying to pet that stinky son of a bitch. It just feels good. It just feels good on my hands, and I like him. And I'm sure your cats probably feel okay. Next up is using an Xbox controller. This is... It's not something I've done very recently, but I will say it was one of the main reasons I enjoyed playing console so much was just the satisfaction of like hitting the buttons and the Joy-Con feels and all that stuff to them. When I first got my Xbox One, I got like a Halo edition controller thing, and it was like a white, gold, and black controller, and the back of it was like a really nice texture to it. But then that got ripped off. We fucking tore that shit off of there, and I felt sad. But it was still nice. But even then, it's a basic Xbox controller. Like, I still have an Xbox controller. It's not anywhere near me. But you know, there it is. Hold on. Here we go. There it is. Like, just feeling the controller, picking it up, pressing the buttons. That feels good. I love a good controller. It makes me feel like I'm playing a video game. You know, even if I'm not fucking playing a video game, just having a controller in my hand feels good. And Xbox, I feel, is the best controller, just in terms of button layout. That's the word I'm looking for. And just generally, it feels really good. It feels like a solid controller. Again, I just want to hold this. It's just fun. Although my controllers are old, so they're very just kind of sticky. Not like sticky, but like their buttons stick. Like the left bumper doesn't really press very well. This is like, it's old enough that like, it doesn't even have like the Bluetooth stuff in it. I'd have to figure that out. Which sucks because I want to play stuff with controller on here sometimes, but then I can't because I need a wire, and I don't have a wire. I probably do have a wire. I just don't care. But either way, I love holding that controller. It makes me feel good. I'm putting it down now. I already put it down. I'm a liar. I already put it down. What are you gonna do? Stop me? From what? We're already halfway done with the list. Again, as I mentioned, this is probably gonna be a much quicker episode, and it's a bit of a shame because it's technically number 100, but it's technically number 100, but it's literally 101. I think it'd be really funny. I'm gonna title this one 101. Just to fucking forget about the whole idea of doing a 100th episode. That's really fucking funny. I like that a lot. I really thought that I had... this was 100. And then I looked at the freaking playlist and it said 100 already. And I was like, what? And I think like a Christmas episode got named the same thing as a little week before that, and I was like, ah, fuck. And you know what are you gonna do about it? You know, can't do much about it now, so I'm just gonna, just edit that real quick. So nothing very special here. Next up on the list is this is a good one. This is a really good one. If you guys have been waiting, this bottom half is definitely when I started actually thinking about really good shit. Let me tell you, carpet, but only, well, not only, but mainly after taking off your socks. I don't know what it is, because like socks are basically just like tiny carpets that you put on your feet, you know? That's how I feel about them anyway. And if I'm being honest, like, they're cool. I like them. But for whatever reason, they don't, it's like they, like, I don't know if they, like, suffocate your foot or something, but, like, when you take them off, everything just feels more sensitive, you know? Like, you're more prone to feeling the textures. Like, if you're barefooting, like the bathroom tile, you won't really like notice too much of like the tile indents and differences and stuff. But when you're wearing socks and you take them off, and the first thing you step on is that bathroom tile, you're like, ooh, this is colder than usual. Or, oh, this is like weirdly textured. You know, it's different than you remember it being, and it's because of the socks. I can't explain why, but it's because of the socks. And the best time this happens is when you have a carpet, whether it's a carpeted floor or it's carpeted whatever, it doesn't matter. You've been wearing socks all day, you just get home from work or school or whatever, you take off your socks, and you just plow your feet right into the carpet. Especially a fluffy carpet, like regular carpet works too, but a fluffier carpet, even if it's like a spot in the carpet that's particularly fluffier than the rest, oh, it's like heaven. It really is one of the best feelings you could possibly feel. Like, that was a thing that I looked forward to as a kid, especially. Literally just getting home, taking off my shoes, taking off my socks, and just rubbing the ground for a minute until it wears off. That's the thing. I don't know if I want to say that's the best feeling, because it wears off so fast. It's like an addiction, you know? It's like you gotta get your fix while you still can in the morning. You can't even do it in the morning, because it has to be followed up by wearing the socks for a while already. So you gotta like wind up your body to get ready for that. And it's just weird. It's a weird thing to have to do. But when you take off your socks after a long day, it is one of the best feelings in the universe. I'm gonna say it. It's pretty damn good. Also, on the best touch list, at least for me, wearing a very breathable shirt. Because everyone's been there. You put on a shirt, you leave your house, shit, it's really itchy, it's really scratchy, you're not feeling good, it's just a sad, miserable experience. You're out the entire day, like, plucking at your shirt, trying to stop it from, like, itching that one particular spot. The tag is weirdly, like, flopping, so it scratches the back of your neck, and you're just itching the entire time. It sucks. And whether it's the fabric or the material, whatever it is, something about that shirt just makes you think, ew, this sucks. But putting on a shirt that is light, it is breathable, it's the exact material that you like. For me, I don't know what the material is, but it's just really, it's basically like I'm wearing a tarp. But like, it's nice, because it's basically like I'm not wearing anything at all. It's just a shirt. It covers me, but I don't feel like I'm wearing a shirt. So it's nice and breathable. I don't feel like confined and contained. I feel alive and energetic, and it just feels good. It just feels really good. It's a weird feeling to say belongs in the top 10 list, but your body is something that feels things, and you wear shirts every day, assuming you're not in a nudist colony. If you are, more power to you. I wouldn't personally, but you could, and no one would stop you. That's the thing. No one would stop you. And I'm not gonna stop you. Go for it. But if you do choose to start wearing clothes again, I suggest doing it with breathable clothing, because you don't want that scratchy shit. You just don't want it. Especially like sometimes after you shave and you try to wear something, it's like, what the fuck's going on? Like I went through a phase where I like to shave my legs. And I started shaving my leg, and I put pants on. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Why do I feel so weird? And I didn't know if it was good or bad. I just felt weird. Because again, I'm used to hair down there. On the legs, anyway. And so it's an interesting, it was different. It's a different experience. What a breathable shirt. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what that's in the top 10. I'm getting lost. 3 more things, and then we can call this a kibosh. But I do have to talk about this eighth thing, which is cuddling a giant stuffed animal. You know, it has to be giant. It has to be a pretty big motherfucker. It has to, like, you want to be able to wrap your legs around it a little bit while also fucking strangle holding it with your arms. Like, this son of a bitch needs to get knocked out. And it is a great feeling. It's nice to just cuddle the shit out of something without worrying of, like, breaking bones or snapping a neck or like being weird, you know? Like, it just feels good. It's just a good feeling. You know, yeah, it's just a good feeling in here and on here. It's nice. It's just really good, especially like a fluffy stuffed animal, obviously. Fluffy is just a good feel, good texture in general. Big fan of the fluff. But yeah, it just feels really good. It's just nice to strangle the shit out of something. It just feels nice. It feels satisfying. It's like one time I went to Build-A-Bear with my sister, and we were looking around and like, oh look, we can make a Leafeon. And so I grabbed the Leafeon, and I grabbed it by the neck. And while they were showing us what to do for every step, like what we were gonna want to get, if we wanted to get any clothes for him or anything like that, before they stuffed him, I just was carrying around this lifeless corpse of a Leafeon by dangling it by its neck, and everyone thought I was fucking insane. But I was like, this is funny. I love this. This is awesome. And I did it completely on a whim. I didn't intend to strangle this thing, but that's how I held it. And my sister laughed, and then the employees laughed, and I didn't stop. And they thought, I think they progressively thought it was more weird. But hey, it's just nice to strangle stuff, you know, every once in a while, as long as it's not live. Dun 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 dun. It's supposed to be the more you know, but I don't know. Anyway, another thing on here. Holding, I said holding, but I feel like I said it weirdly. Holding, I said it for a third time. I won't say it a fourth. A complete Lego set. What I mean by this is, like, you just finished the Lego set. You've made it, and you've got it in front of you, and you're, like, touching it. You know, you're kind of, like, in awe at what you just built. And I that happens to me a lot, especially because, like, a lot of my stuff I've built recently was more like I take something apart and I rebuild it based off of like a thing I see online, or just if I want to build my own thing. Like I took the parrot from like just a standard parrot Lego set, and I took a bunch of pieces off and like replaced them with pieces I had to make a chatot. And you can maybe sometimes see him in the background of most episodes of other things, but he's awesome. I love him, and being able to like just grab it like I am right now and just look at it and be like, holy shit, this is so cool. Just feeling the pieces and like hearing them snap and crackle. But I'm not here to talk about hearing. It's just touching it. It fills me with joy and pride, and then also it's just a really satisfying feeling. It's just a bunch of smooth pieces, especially when they're smooth pieces. Like if you can build like a police station, like the Lego 2012 police station. Just feels really good. Just felt good. It's just nice to complete a thing, like building something, and then just admiring it. But admiring it not just with your eyes, but with your hands. Really feeling a thing you just spent minutes doing. It's nice. It's satisfying. It's pleasant. And I love it. It's pretty nice. And the last thing on this list, the 10th, and again, this is in no order, no necessary order, no specific order. I don't know. A cold bottle of water is the 10th best feeling thing to touch, because it's just the condensation on the bottle already cools you up, and then the fact that it's cold as well makes it even better, and then you get to drink it and you get to feel the cold water in your mouth. That's it. Water may have a taste. We can argue that back and forth, but it definitely has a feel, and it feels refreshing. Chugging down a nice cold bottle of water, or chugging, or like slowly drinking, or however you want to drink your fucking water. However you drink it, if it's cold, it's like nothing else. It's like heaven in a bottle. It's truly amazing. Just feeling it before and after you drink it. There's nothing. There's not a whole lot of like edible experiences that beat that on both a hand texture and feel and mouth texture and feel. It's great. It's fantastic. And with that, that's my top 10. We blasted through this one. I don't know how the hell I stalled so long for the other ones. This is just kind of crazy. But I also want to make sure I actually get this done before I don't get enough sleep and I oversleep and I miss the train. So, pretty cool stuff. I'm not off today, by the way. I guess before we get to the actual finale of telling you my favorite thing, we could just ramble a little bit. I like rambling. Yeah, so we're going to be heading to Brooklyn, because that's just where I grew up, and I've been there in a while. I was there, like, last year, in, like, August, but I was only there for, like, a few hours. So I didn't get to experience too much. I did get to hang out with my friends for a little bit, and it was a really nice day. It was genuinely very pleasant, but we didn't get to, just hang out a whole lot, because one of my friends also worked the majority of that day, so I didn't get to see them for very long. So this time I got a weekend. One of my friends is still not going to be very available, but the other one is now available this weekend, so we're going to do a bunch of shit. I don't really know what exactly, but we're going to have fun. We're just going to have a good old time. I just want to go back over there and just see places I haven't seen in a while, do things I haven't done in a while, see people I haven't seen in a while, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be really nice. It's going to be very pleasant, and I leave early Friday. Very early. Like, we need to be out and about at like 6:30. So it's gonna be a bit of an early rise, but I'll do it. I just need to make sure I want to make sure I get all this done, so that way when I get home from work on Thursday, I can just go straight to bed, and then I don't have to worry about potentially not waking up, so it all works out. Because I just need to have this, and then Friday's thing done. Friday's literally just editing stuff. It's like a quick edit of freaking Dum stream, so that'll be fun. I'm already like a third of the way done with that anyway, so it's fine. We ball. I still need to do the fucking the playing the game for this, which is it'll be fun. I don't know why I'm complaining here. I'm having a grand old time. Again, I love what I'm doing, by the way. Like I'm glad a fair amount of you guys enjoy this stuff as well. I really do love making this stuff. And again, it's a hobby. It's very, very fun. But sometimes with hobbies, things kind of get a little out of whack. So I apologize for all the crazy, weird mumble and jumbling. I'll probably save all this mumbo jumbo for next episode, because I saw a frequent viewer of the channel, Rowan, mention that I should talk about like the channel and everybody and all the things I liked about my channel and stuff for the 100th episode, which is perfectly fair. And I think in a better world where I planned better, that would have been what I talked about in this episode. But A, I didn't plan well, and this is the 5th of the little sub series I was doing. And B, it's not the 100th episode. It would have been last episode, so I already missed that boat. There's just a lot of failures on my account that I just didn't expect. So here we are, and we're doing this. I can't believe it's already July 4th. Happy Independence Day, everybody. I guess that's pretty fair. But yeah, so next episode we'll probably talk about just, me and my satisfaction with the channel. Again, I feel like I've talked about that in at least several episodes of this. Which is fun. I don't hate it. I like talking about stuff. I like thinking through things. It's fun. It's good stuff. It's almost my freaking birthday. In like 2 weeks it'll be my birthday, which also means it's my sister's birthday. Dear God, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. I don't know. Before anything, I also just want to. I guess I'll just get this rumor out of the way. It's not even a rumor. It's just me thinking. I don't know if I'm going to be doing anything super insane for my birthday. Like, I know last year I did Rare AI. But that was just an idea I wanted to do for a while. I don't really have any of those in the tank right now, because I'm just just very tired. Just very, very busy. Oh, I have a lot of things I want to do. It's just not really video stuff, you know. It's a bunch of other stuff. But with that said, I'm probably gonna try and do something, but I just don't know what yet. So we'll find out in the coming 2 weeks. I mean, it's not like again, Terraria I did in like 2 days, so it's perfectly possible that I could find something that's insane. I just don't know what yet, and that's perfectly fine. So thank you all for letting me stall for some reason. I don't know why I did this, because now I'm gonna have to. I have more to do now, technically speaking, but it's fine because I enjoy new bit of Stranded Deep. And let's get into the actual decision here, because I've given you 10 things. If for those of you who don't remember, freshly buzzed hair, crunch in a sandwich, pool table felt, petting my cats specifically, using an Xbox controller, carpet after taking off your socks, wearing a breathable shirt, cuddling a giant stuffed animal, holding a completed Lego set, and a cold bottle of water. Those are the 10 things I think are the best things to feel. Now I need to think what the actually best one is. I'm thinking it's not pool table felt. It's not using an Xbox controller, even though it is really nice. I don't think it's cuddling the stuffed animal. It's not holding the Lego. I don't think it's crunching a sandwich. As much as I like crunching a sandwich, I don't think it's that. Petting my cats is close, but I don't know. I feel like it's a little too cheesy and sentimental. I feel like if I could choose between petting my cat and taking off my socks and rubbing on the carpet after a long day, I'm probably doing that, if I'm being honest. So it's between that and I think freshly buzzed hair. Because wearing a breathable shirt's good and all, a cold bottle of water is good and all, but I feel like that happens more than enough that I take it for granted. I'm kind of used to the feel of it by now. It's still a really good feeling, but I'm more used to it. I haven't buzzed my hair in years. I haven't cut my hair in like years. And the old carpet after taking off your socks, it only really lasts for like a minute tops, and then it's like regular feeling feet, and it's like, well, shit. I wish that could be all the time. So it's a really tough toss-up. But I think just because, I don't know, it's really tough. Because also with the freshly buzzed hair, it's not just feeling the hair, it's that it's your hair. Like I could go and touch someone else's freshly buzzed hair, it won't feel the same. I'll feel the pricklies on my hands, but I won't feel the scratching on my head, which is again part of the experience. It's a double touch sensation. It's honestly really good. I feel like that has to take the cake, but the carpet, man, the carpet, it's so good. It's not like carpet feels bad otherwise. It's like it heightens your senses for some reason after wearing socks for a while. It's very bizarre. It's tough. It's very tough. But I don't know. I don't know what to go with. I think we're gonna say freshly buzzed hair takes it. For whatever reason, every part of my body wants me to say carpet after taking off your socks. But freshly buzzed hair is just so nice. But to be fair, after like a few days, that goes away, and then you just have the buzzed hair, and it's like, well, now I just look stupid. So you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say firm final answer here. Carpet after taking off your socks is the best touch in the entire universe. You can. But after a long day, it can't just be you can't just put socks on, take them off, and feel the carpet. You know, you gotta wear them for like a few hours, and then plant your feet on the ground and rub them around a little bit, and dig your toes in there a little. That is, without question, without any sort of shadow of doubt, the best feeling in the world. And with that, everybody, that's about all I got for us today. Yeah, sorry it's a bit of a shorter episode, but it's honestly a lot easier to get through. And it would have been easier if I just didn't keep fucking talking. I just like talking, you know. That's what this is about, really. It's both getting through the topic that I bring, and it's also just me talking because I like to talk. It's fun. So yeah, with that, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Stranded Deep in Conversation. Happy 101st, not 100th, because I'm an idiot. But you know, it is what it is. You know, it's just it's funny. Honestly, I think it's fucking hilarious. To next week we'll probably be a bit sentimental, see what I'm thinking, see what I'm feeling. Who knows? Honestly, I don't. Either way, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.